I was floating,
You're floating.
and I was
Yes.
holding my dad's hand,
You're
and
holding
he
your
told
dad.
me he's going to be my guide on this trip.
Great.
He said to be at peace and have comfort and not be alarmed or taken back, but just be an observer of what's to come.
Yes. Very good. Wonderful.
I'm in a land that feels very primitive,
Mm-hmm.
almost like Pocahontas time.
Mm.
I am feeling a great gap in distance between my current earthly life and this place
Mm-hmm.
I find myself. I feel very primitive.
Mm.
I feel that the place I am is, I feel like I'm in the dirt. Like literally, my feet are touching the dirt
Mm-hmm.
without shoes. Very
Yeah.
bizarre. Not something that I do in this lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
There's very few luxuries. It feels
Mm-hmm.
very, very basic, primitive, very,
Very good.
very, I can't think of other words, primitive. But I feel I'm here. I feel like my clothing is tattered, torn,
Tattered, did you say?
tattered, old,
Tattered and torn. Yes.
and very, very worn out almost.
Okay.
I don't feel like I have many earthly possessions at all.
Mm.
Like, if anything,
Wow.
maybe close to nothing.
So are you on the earth right now?
Yes,
Okay.
and it's a primitive, very, very, very early time. It's
Yeah.
not modern. There's nothing
Not
modern.
modern.
As I look around, I see trees and forest and dirt. So much dirt.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem to bother me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think that I notice it. I feel like it just is. I don't know any different. I
Mm-hmm.
just feel that this is life, and life is dirty.
Mm-hmm.
And
Tell me more about what you see around you.
I don't see people. I feel alone. I feel my father's presence from this earthly life, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel that he's necessarily in this life yet.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Okay, I'm on like a trail, a very, very narrow trail, actually.
Mm.
I'm alone on this trail. I
Okay.
have very long, dark hair.
Oh, yes.
I'm very thin, and I think it's due to constant movement and
Mm.
constantly, like almost survival mode or something.
Mm-hmm.
I feel very
Mm.
strong, very, very strong, and very healthy. I feel
Mm.
young.
Very
I would
strong.
say I feel like I'm in my early 20s.
Okay.
I'm on this very narrow trail pathway against a mountain,
Mm-hmm.
and I look down over the mountain and I see all I can think of is a tribe of people. I think those are my people.
Those are your people. Tell
There's
me more.
fire. There's a fire, big, bright orange fire. And all the people are around the fire.
Mm-hmm.
They too feel very primitive. I wish my vocabulary was more, but it's not. It's just primitive. That's the only way I can think about it. It's just.
You're doing great.
It's
You said that your clothes were tattered. Is that right?
As are theirs. Theirs are too.
Yes.
There's not an abundance of clothing. Actually, I feel like I'm even grateful for these dirty old clothes that I have. It feels like a dress. It's a dress. It has no color to it. It's gray.
It's gray.
I'm barefoot. I'm dirty. I'm dirty. Like, I see the dirt. I feel the dirt, but I don't recognize in this situation that that's a bad thing. Yes. My current earthly life is completely appalled by it, adverse to it, hates it, wants to run, wants to get away. The Lisa in this lifetime wants nothing to do with this life. But the Lisa in that lifetime, she is very comfortable in this situation. She has no shoes. I don't think she owns shoes.
Yes, I was going to ask you, are you human?
I'm very human.
You're human.
I'm human.
Okay.
I'm a human, 20s, very young 20s girl. I have my hair very long and thick and black. And I don't identify with dark hair in this lifetime. But this lifetime, I'm very comfortable. Pocahontas, I don't know why it comes to mind. My hair is tied with like vines or leaves or something into these weird ponytails. 2 ponytails that I've taken vines and pulled it out of my face so that I can hunt. I might be hunting. I need my hair out of my face so that it doesn't get in my way of what I'm
ponytails. Is that right?
doing. Yes, like pigtails. But I'm not aware of my appearance at all. I don't think I've ever seen a mirror. So I'm very inward. So I don't know what I look like. However, when I was coming down to this earth with my father, I could clearly see her. And she has never seen herself outside herself before. She has no self-awareness of her look. She has no understanding that she's completely impoverished in every possible way. She has nothing. She owns no shoes. I don't think her family or this tribe has shoes. She has a literal nature in her hair. It's very bizarre. She's attractive. She again has no self-awareness of it. She's very strong and healthy, and I think she's hunting.
She's hunting. Yes, very good.
She's hunting. Her tribe is down at the fire, and she's hunting. She's looking to bring something back to or for them. I don't know if that's her job or she's
hunting.
She's looking for an animal. She's looking for food.
Okay.
But it feels like it's a punishment. She's being punished.
Wow.
I don't know that this is her normal everyday. Like, I don't think hunting is her position in the tribe, but the entire tribe, she feels alienated, and she needs to bring something back to gain acceptance back into the tribe. She's done something to
Hmm.
upset them, and it feels like it's pretty egregious what she's done.
Hmm.
She has. Are you able to hear
Yes, I can hear
clearly?
you really very well. Very,
Okay, so
very well.
she has done something, and she's trying to make amends. And this is her way. She's left the tribe. She's climbed the mountain, and she is on this little trail. It's food. She's looking for food to bring back
Hmm.
to gain their acceptance. She's very
Okay.
confident in who she is. She knows she's going to get back in the good graces of this tribe,
Hmm.
her
Yes.
family,
Yes.
and her community. It's more
Hmm.
community than family, I
Hmm.
feel. I
Okay.
don't see I don't see shelter. It feels like these people live outside of shelter. There's no clothing, there's no shelter. They do have fire.
Hmm.
Um, they have rules. There's rules in this primitive society, and she's
Did you
broken a
say,
rule.
okay? So you said rules, right?
Rules, laws,
Yes. Okay.
and you wouldn't think that there's social rules, and she's
Yes.
broken something. She's done
Okay.
something wrong, and
Do
so
you have a
she's
sense of what she's done? If you would like, we can rewind time a little bit, find out what happened.
yeah. Let's do that.
Yes, let's rewind time. Just drift back to the most relevant time and place where something is happening, and we can gain more information.
So this same person wearing the same clothing
Hmm.
is coming out of a hut. It's there is shelter now,
Okay.
and she's coming out. There's a door,
Yes.
and she's walking out the door, and her tribe is there, and she's a part of this tribe. There's
Hmm.
a fire. The fire seems to be going 24/7. There's
Hmm.
probably, it's a small tribe, maybe 20, 30 people,
Yes.
and it feels like a survivalist tribe. It's not, there's not a lot of pleasure here. There's not
Hmm.
a lot of, it just feels like they're all in this together to survive. She's just part of the survivalist,
Hmm.
and it's like they just they just eat, they hunt,
Hmm.
they, it looks like maybe they take turns sitting by the fire, and then they leave the fire to bring food and eat, and
Hmm.
it's just, there's nothing to their lives. There's no color in their
Hmm.
lives whatsoever other than the orange flame of the fire, and it's a big, big bonfire. It's big,
Hmm.
and it's
Yes.
always big. It never feels like it goes. It feels like it's an ongoing flame.
Yeah.
I see green trees and brown trees, but
Hmm.
the clothing, I can't tell what it's made of. But it's, well, maybe I do know. It's heavy. It's animal skin, but it's gray. There's no color. No color in this world. It's very drab. She
Okay.
doesn't realize how depressing it is, or she knows nothing different.
She
This is
doesn't
all
have
she knows.
any concept of that being dreary.
No, this is all she knows.
Okay.
She knows these people. She hasn't
Hmm.
ventured out past this tribe before. She's
Hmm.
she's this is all she's ever known, are
Is
these
she
20 or 30 people, and they haven't moved much. They're not nomads.
okay?
They live here
Does she
constantly all the time.
Is she still the same age as she was when you first met? Or is she
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
maybe a little younger, but not
Okay.
much. She's still early
Yeah.
20s, maybe late teens, but she's not a baby.
Yes.
She, but she's never left sight. So everything in her sight is her entire world. She
Mhm.
has never, none of them, none of them have ventured out of this little
Mm.
square area. It's not even. It's
Mhm.
like the size of a very tiny neighborhood or something. It's nothing. It's so tiny. But they all stay there and they work together to keep the fire going. That's a very important job.
Mhm.
And that might be her job is to generally, watch the fire and
Watch the
maybe
fire.
gather the nature to keep the
Mhm.
fire going. That might be her job. She's
Okay.
not a hunter, but she
Yes.
can hunt.
Yes.
But that mountain that she was on up above
Mhm.
is one of the farthest places that she's ventured before. She doesn't, her world is very small, very tiny, very,
Mhm.
there's, this is it. This is her whole existence, whole knowledge base.
Mm.
Her,
That's all she
that she,
knows.
yeah, she doesn't have
Yeah.
many emotions. She doesn't
Oh,
have,
wow.
she doesn't have a lot of, there's not highs and lows. There's not
Mhm.
tons of joy. There's not tons of sadness. There's not, there's fear,
There's
fear,
fear?
fear,
Mm.
afraid.
Interesting.
That's one of her primary emotions is fear.
Wow. Tell me
And I'm
more.
trying to figure out what she's afraid of. I think it's
Yeah.
survival. Fear of
Mhm.
not surviving. That's what she's afraid of if they don't do X, Y, Z, they will die.
Mhm.
So she
What
has
are
to.
what are XYZ? Tell me about that.
If she
You say
doesn't
you have to
wake
do
up at a certain time,
Mhm.
if she doesn't, if they are very rudimentary in what they do, they keep the fire, they find food, they gather berries. She
Mhm.
gathers berries too. When the fire is
Yes.
strong and roaring, she has a twig basket that she carries and
Mhm.
she gathers berries
She gathers
and
berries. Okay.
she brings it back to the tribe.
Mhm.
This is so bizarre. But
Mhm.
there's no emotion. She doesn't, it's, it's survival. It's
Mhm.
fear.
It's fear.
There's no peace unless she rests and sleeps, which does not happen frequently. It
Hmm.
happens only as needed. So she's
Okay.
always on guard. She's always on high alert.
Mhm.
She's always gathering. She's always keeping the
Gathering.
fire going. She's always just, yeah, she has a
Mm.
lot of anxiety,
Mhm.
but the
Yeah.
anxiety is about survival.
About survival.
They don't
Mm.
have, there's not, I don't feel like there's relationships like love
Mhm.
or there's not, I don't, I don't see boyfriends, girlfriends, sex. I don't see any of that. I
Mm.
just see a tribe of people that just have duties and they
Duties.
perform their duties to
Yes.
survive. There's no other, I don't think there's any other reason for her existence than to survive. Like, she
Oh.
doesn't know happy.
Mhm.
She doesn't know joy.
Mhm.
She doesn't have peace. She has,
Okay.
she has anxiety. She has
Anxiety. Yes.
fear. Those
Yeah.
are her primary emotions. There's no
Mm.
joy. There's no
Mm-hmm.
joy. She's very primitive. I just savage almost.
Savage. Very good. Very good.
Yeah, it's just
Yes.
there's just there's it's such a it's an awful existence, really.
Mm-hmm. And she
Very
doesn't really
dirty.
know.
No, but she doesn't know it's awful. This is all she knows.
Yes. Yes.
She just
So,
is in
so good.
survival mode
Yes.
constantly. Every minute of every day is
Every
survival
minute.
mode.
Yes.
Yeah, and they all are. And so
Okay.
there's no
Hmm.
yeah there's I don't know what else to say about this. It's a
That's
very
okay. You're
bleak
doing
life.
good. Yes. Yes. So
Very
tell me a
bleak.
little bit about the fear and the anxiety. What is it? Um, is it related to finding food? Is there a fear of starving, or is there fear of something else? What else? What is she afraid of?
She's afraid of the animals. The animals
Mm,
will
yes.
come and maybe eat them. Maybe
Yes. Yes.
I think that they have had interlopers in
Hmm.
their tribe, and these beasts, for lack of a better word, like antelope or bison,
Hmm.
big animals,
Tell me more.
like woolly mammoth type things, big
Wow.
tusks, lots of hair, huge, like
Uh-huh.
big, like much bigger than her, much
Yes.
bigger than the tribe can handle, and they've eaten tribe members.
Yes.
That's her fear. She's seen it. She's
Okay.
seen them be eaten, so
Mm-hmm.
she's afraid that she will be eaten, and
Mm-hmm.
she is afraid that if she sleeps,
Mm-hmm.
she could be eaten. She
Yes.
is afraid if she does not keep the fire going, that they will all die. That is a
Mm-hmm.
constant. That's a
Mm-hmm.
constant fear of hers.
Hmm.
That
Now, what does the fire do for them? Mm, does it?
it gives them warmth.
Mm-hmm.
It cooks food.
Okay, so
It
they do cook their food. Yes.
they do cook food. They cook
Okay.
the animals.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they have light by the fire.
And light.
The
Okay.
fire is also a protection. There's something about when the fire is there, the animals stay away more. So
Okay.
the fire protects them. Their whole
Yeah.
world revolves around this fire. That is
Yes.
the center of their world. Everyone literally they don't
Mm-hmm.
really talk or communicate with each other.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any
Mm.
talking. Everybody's
So
face is very neutral or
yes.
angry or
Mm.
yeah,
So no
it's
language. They don't have a language.
they do not. No, there's no
Wow.
language. They don't speak.
Wow.
They 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 telepathically
Mm-hmm.
communicate. Interesting.
Okay. Very good.
So they talk. They have mouths that they
Mm-hmm.
use them to eat savagely and disgustingly. Just
Tell me
very.
what you mean by that. Tell me what you mean
It's.
by savagery.
I'm watching them pull animals apart and by the
Mm-hmm.
handfuls with dripping blood and
Mm-hmm.
whatever, just by literally by the handfuls in their mouths when they have it. It seems like it might be feast or famine, and there's not a regulation of what's to come next. We
Yes.
never know what happens next. Next
Yes.
is always a huge worry
Uh-huh.
because there's the now
Uh-huh.
and there's the next. And the past
Yeah.
can't bring us food, can't
Mm-hmm.
bring us comfort.
Mm-hmm.
The past has brought fear,
Has brought fear.
and the
Okay.
fear yeah, being eaten. And so she's on very high alert. She's not,
Mm.
she's not happy. She's not
Yes.
rested. She's
Yes, it
very
must
just
be.
survival mode is all I can say.
Yeah. Yes.
And
Yes.
so she's always, awake, always awake. And she
Mhm.
feels guilt is not the right word, but that's the word that I could communicate to make you understand. It's when she sleeps, she has to
Mhm.
sleep, but she feels guilty when she falls asleep because she knows that
Mhm.
she's letting the others down that are depending on her. But again, there's
Now
no,
now tell me, why are they depending on her? Do they also sleep?
they're all
Why is
interdependent on each other.
okay.
And
Okay.
so they're a community that works together. They all have their
Mhm.
own little roles that collectively and together they create this community that they figured out how to keep the beasts away and how to
Mhm.
survive. It's literally a life of existence. There's nothing more than eating, gathering,
Mhm.
and staying alive. That is, there's nothing more. That's it.
Mhm.
Beginning, middle, and end of this life is survival. I'm
Mhm.
alive. I made it another minute, another hour, another day.
Yes.
And falling asleep means possibly dying. So falling asleep is something that
Yes.
she feels that she just don't want to do. So she's got it where she can be awake for many, many, many hours and then sleep for 1 hour, 2 hours maximum. And then she's
Wow.
up and alert and
Mhm.
she's on high alert, anxiety, afraid.
Mhm.
It's very bizarre. There's
So when
no
she's go ahead.
there's no joy. There's
No
no
joy.
there's no satisfaction. There's no
Okay.
camaraderie. There's no it's
Mhm.
living it's existing to live, it's living to exist,
Mhm.
not to die and then you die.
Yeah.
There's nothing there's nothing more
Mhm.
to this life.
So where does she sleep at night? Or does she
She
sleep at
doesn't
night or sleep in the day? When
she
does
goes
she sleep?
until she can go no longer and she just
Wow.
collapses wherever she is.
Do they all do the same thing? Everyone in the tribe?
Yes.
Okay.
But
Do they
when she's
stay awake
awake
until they can't stay awake
when
anymore?
she's awake she judges the others for sleeping. She gets
Okay.
angry at them for sleeping. And
Uh-huh.
so she's very angry. Again, her primary emotions are anxiety and anger. It's very
Uh-huh.
bizarre.
It's
And she
all about survival. All
that's
of it.
it.
Yes.
Nothing.
That's
There's
all.
no
Yeah.
color. There's no
Yeah.
purple. There's no pink. And when
No.
we brought her to this life, it was she was trying to make the light pink. That's her color in this life, pink.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
the silver that she followed to get to the dimension, she tried to bring that into this life, and it would not come with her.
Would not come.
And
Okay.
now that she's here, she understands that that color doesn't exist here. It's gray, it's brown, there is
Mm.
green, but it's not vibrant. It's dead. It feels like a dead forest. There's no life.
Okay.
There's
Do
nothing.
you know why it's like that? Do you have a sense of why? Why is it
It just
like
is.
that?
It is.
It just
It just is.
is.
This is all there is. There is no
Mhm.
reason for it. It's just
Mhm.
where she is. This is her
Mhm.
existence.
And you said
There.
this is on the earth, just a
This is Earth.
long, long
Definite
time.
Earth.
Yes.
Yeah, it's primitive Earth.
Okay.
Prior to, before language.
Mhm.
There's no language. Maybe grunting, but
Mhm.
it's grunting is not even primary. It's telepathic. They communicate, but
Mm.
it's very primitive in what they communicate. It's food. They're
Mm.
always
Yes.
hungry, but
So they
their communication is um, anger or hurry up, faster, more,
Mhm.
but it has
So
never stopped.
so that is they do have telepathy, you said?
Yes, that's how they
Okay.
communicate. They have no words. They like I said, their mouths.
Mhm.
The mouths are only
That's right.
used to
Yes.
eat. They don't know
Yeah.
that their mouths can be used to communicate. There's no
Mm.
language. There's no
Wow.
language. It's
Wow.
just, it's just,
Okay.
and it's ugly. It's just really
Yes.
ugly and depressing and very, very nothing.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
other than the orange fire, but Lisa has to
Mhm.
go to the bathroom.
Okay. Go ahead and take a break and go to the bathroom. We'll
She feels like
when
there
you
needs to be a conclusion and to,
we'll explore it again. When you come back, we'll go back into that life, and we will find out what we need to clear if we
okay.
need there's
Well, let's clear
when you
this
come
life and
back,
then let's clear this life and then we'll go. We'll come back. We'll go to
you
the
want to
bathroom
clear it
after.
now.
Is
Okay.
that okay?
Yes, you can wait. So
Okay, so
tell
let's do
me,
that. I'm gonna
as far
adjust.
as clearing this life, we need to find out something. We need to
Okay.
find out what happened. Um, Tell me, do you have a sense of? You said that she had done something wrong.
I think she fell asleep. I think
Okay.
she fell asleep and she should have been taking care of that fire.
So
And
she fell asleep. That's what she did wrong?
yes, that's what she did wrong. She fell asleep
Mhm.
and very fascinating. She fell asleep and the tribe was very angry with
Mhm.
her because she should never have the luxury of sleeping at that length of time.
Hmm.
She should have a short burst
Mm.
of sleep and rest so that she can move and gather and hunt and
Did
be,
she
but she
did
slept.
she sleep
And
for a long time? Is that happened?
yes, oh yes, she slept,
Okay.
but it was a fortnight, maybe eight
Mhm.
hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, not
And
not 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 an exceptional
mhm,
long time, but for this place, it's very long,
mhm.
very
Where did
unacceptable what she did.
where does she sleep
Just
when
where
she
she
sleeps?
and
Just anywhere?
she'll lean against a tree or she'll lay
Mhm.
by the fire or
Mhm.
she's standing up leaning against a tree and fell asleep and the tree supported her and almost hugged her into a
Mhm.
sleep. Very bizarre, sleeping standing up.
Mhm.
And she fell too deeply into sleep, and that is why she's in trouble. So she's up
Mhm.
and she went to the mountaintop to find something that she can manage on her own without the help of another tribe member. And
Mhm.
she's up there gathering, looking to find a manageable animal, maybe the size of a dog, but it's not a dog, it's more like when she first came into this life and went through the portal, she
Mhm.
saw like a gorilla or a
Mm.
Bigfoot type energy, and she's like, "That's bizarre." And her human ego set it aside and said that she's supposed to be going into a dimension with something else that was being guided a different way. So she pushed from her ego this gorilla or Bigfoot away, but it
Mhm.
actually has a part of this life. And
Mm.
so now she's up on this mountain looking for the
Yes.
baby of the gorilla or the Bigfoot that
Mhm.
surrounds this area so she can kill it and bring it
Mhm.
back to reclaim her place in the tribe to show her repentance and her sorrow for sleeping. It was
Wow.
a very egregious thing that she did.
Wow. Wow.
You cannot sleep for a fortnight
Mm.
like she did. You
Mhm.
cannot do that. You
Okay.
must be alert and attentive. So that is why she was in trouble for sleeping.
Okay. So tell me, let's move forward in time just a little bit, or move in time and find out what happens next as she is hunting this Bigfoot or this gorilla. Tell me what happens next.
She finds it, and she could still see. She's up on the
Mm-hmm.
mountain on this tiny trail,
Mm-hmm.
and she could look down below. It's quite a ways. It's the farthest she's ever been. She can still see the fire, and
Mm-hmm.
she can see her tribe,
Yes.
and she sees the. It's more Bigfoot than gorilla, but it's Bigfoot and gorilla had a baby. That's what you would have,
Mm-hmm.
and she sees the adult,
Yes.
and the adult is very protective of this
Mm-hmm.
child baby that she needs to kill this baby.
Yes. Yes.
She's watching. She's
Mm-hmm.
waiting for her opportunity. She has no
Yes.
emotion. She doesn't feel
Mm-hmm.
the mother child, father child
Mm-hmm.
bond that
Mm-hmm.
they have, but she has no bonding. None.
Yeah.
There's no
Yes.
bonding in this lifetime at all with any of her tribe members. It's straight, perfunctory utilitarianism. There is
Mm-hmm.
no bonding. There's
Yes.
no human to human connection. There's no Bigfoot human connection. It's just
Mm-hmm.
survival. And so she's looking
Yeah.
at this Bigfoot's child as not a human or as a child, but as food. And
Yeah.
she's very, very determined to get this.
Mm-hmm.
So
Very
she's
good.
watching. She's
So
watching,
tell
and
me, tell me what happens as she's watching. Tell me what happens next.
she has the baby. She gets it. She gets the baby, and
She gets the baby. Yes.
she gets it. She kills it.
Okay.
She's
Oh, she
carrying it.
does kill him.
It's bloody. It's nasty. It's disgusting. It's
Mm-hmm.
big. It's hard for her to handle. It's maybe the size of a kangaroo, maybe. Yeah, the size
Mm-hmm.
of a mid-sized kangaroo without
Yes.
the joey.
How
So
does
it's
she
big.
carry
It's
that?
heavy.
Mm-hmm.
She knew she had to. She's carrying it back. She's bloody. She's dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Bigfoot is very sad. And she's not
Mm-hmm.
understanding how to process the
Mm-hmm.
emotion of sad. She doesn't know the emotion sad. But Bigfoot is more evolved than her, and
Mm-hmm.
she's
Mm-hmm.
just killed Bigfoot's baby.
Yes. Yes.
And baby, Bigfoot is very sad, and
Mm-hmm.
she doesn't know how to process this emotion. She has no capacity. None. This
Yes.
is
Yeah.
food. It's food. That's it. So she
Mm-hmm.
does not connect with the crying. She does not have any sympathy or empathy whatsoever. All she
Mm-hmm.
has is, this is food. I have conquered. I have accomplished. This is mine. She's very
Mm-hmm.
territorial. This is her. This is her prize. She's
Mm-hmm.
earned it. She's gone up. Now
Yes.
she's taking it. She's carrying it. It's bloody. It feels like she's stabbed it many times, like very
Mm-hmm.
vicious, very, but she's a very strong girl. She's very, very
Mm-hmm.
strong.
Yeah.
And she's carrying this bloody, heavy animal
Mm-hmm.
back down the trail,
Okay.
back to her tribe. And she's now taking it to the tribe.
Mm-hmm.
The tribe's very pleased. They're very happy. They're very, very shocked that she was able to do this on her own.
Mm-hmm.
She required no help from anyone. She was
Yes.
completely by herself. She's very proud. This is a new emotion for her. She's
Mm.
very, very self-satisfied in what she did. But she
Mm. Wow.
set out to do it, and she did it.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a new emotion. This is
Mm-hmm.
this is the first time she's ever felt pride. It's the first time she's ever felt anything
Mm-hmm.
outside of her anger and her anxiety and her
Mm-hmm.
fear. She
Mm-hmm.
has a new emotion now. And
Yes.
through the banishment from the tribe for falling asleep. She had to go through that process to be able to know now that she's 100% self-reliant. She doesn't have to for the first time.
Mhm.
Wow. So for the
Mhm.
first time in her whole life, she's just realized, I don't need these people.
Mhm.
These people, I, she can do it by herself.
Mhm.
She,
Hmm.
she feels very proud. She's puffed up her chest and she's walking so tall and straight, and
Yes.
she's so confident now. She's never
Mhm.
had these emotions before. It was all a piece of the cog before, but for the first time ever, she's realized she can detach
Mhm.
from the cog, from the
Mhm.
tribe,
Mm.
and she can survive on her own if she has to. She doesn't want
Mhm.
to, but
Yes.
she can. She just
Mhm.
figured this out. She's a whole new world, and her mind has opened up
Mhm.
because she's so proud of herself. She
Mhm.
she put her mind to it.
Mhm.
She set a huge goal for herself. It hadn't been done before,
Yes.
and she did not allow her fear
Mhm.
of the Bigfoot
Mhm.
or the emotion of the mother to get in the way
Mm.
of her prey. She just went,
Mhm.
found, killed, returned, all on
Could
her
she
own.
feel could she feel the emotion of the mother? Could she sense that? Or no?
Absolutely not.
No.
No,
Okay.
no. There's no
Okay.
empathy, no sympathy. No.
Okay.
She was
All right.
confused by it.
Yes.
She didn't care. That's not her problem. Her
Okay.
problem, that's that gorilla's problem. She needs to go take care of herself. Go. Bye. Leave.
Mhm.
I have the
Yes.
fire to protect me. I have the baby. I have done what I've accomplished. I am now taking this baby, but it's
Mhm.
big. Literally a kangaroo type heaviness, medium sized kangaroo. She's
Mhm.
carrying it back,
Yes.
and everybody in the tribe is stunned. They never have
Yes.
seen a single person, one. It can take several people can go and do this, but she
Mhm.
figured out how to do it all on her own, beginning to end, and is
Mhm.
bringing it back, and she has reclaimed her place in the tribe.
Mhm.
But
Okay.
this reclamation that she has within the tribe
Mhm.
is no longer as important to her as it was prior to going on this journey. This
Yes.
journey taught her that she's in this tribe now by choice, not
Mhm.
because she has to be. Before, she didn't know that she had a choice.
Mhm.
Now she's feeling the freedom of choice. So now
Mm.
she's much more, she's found a new emotion of choosing versus having no option. So now she
Yes.
chooses to be in this
Yes.
tribe. So her mindset has completely shifted, gone 180 degrees from not
Okay.
knowing there was an option of independence, but just being a
Mhm.
piece of the puzzle. Now she knows she's the whole puzzle, and she chooses to allow them to be part of her pieces versus
Okay.
them, her being a piece of their puzzle. Now she is the puzzle, and she allows them to be a part of her
Mm.
world.
Mm.
She's
Very good.
very changed after this.
Mhm. Tell me, what happens next? What happens next? And do you need to take a bathroom break for now, or do you wanna keep
No,
going?
I want to close this life up.
Okay.
She finishes her life in the tribe.
Mhm. How did she
She
finish it?
continues the
Mhm.
gathering, the hunting, the bonfiring, but she
Mhm.
continues it with a new way of observing the life.
Mm.
But she in the end is eaten by a beast.
Mm.
And that is her demise. And she was afraid, but she was okay and at peace with her death.
Yes.
And when she died, she was so happy.
Mm.
It was
She was happy
over.
when she died? Yes.
It was over. It was like, what
Yes.
the fuck was that?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Like, that was hell, literal hell on earth.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now she's floating.
Mhm.
Oh,
She's floating right now?
she's back. She's back, and she sees lights and colors, and everything is sparkly and
Yes.
glitter, and there's so much glitter and sparkles,
Mhm.
and it's all like silver, such
Yes.
bright silver, like celestial light. There's no gold. Very fascinating. But it's all silver, but it's like the color of the moon, but on a
Mhm.
really bright night, but glittery. And she's so fascinated by this because it's such a stark difference from that hellish reality that
Mhm.
she was forced to live. And
Mhm.
she's just, oh gosh, she'll never go back
How's
there again.
how's her perspective now that she's on the other side? How does she
Oh,
see that life?
how does she see that life?
Yes. Yes. What was the purpose of that life?
The purpose of that life, there's several.
Mhm.
Sorry, the vessel's getting emotional.
It's okay. Go ahead and let those emotions come out. It's very important. Go ahead and let
She,
those come out. They do.
she, she had to have that life of absolute hell and nothingness as a baseline
Yes.
of what she'll never tolerate again.
Mhm.
There was no love in that life. There was
Mhm.
no connection in that life.
Yes.
There was
Yes.
no color in that life. There was no happiness in that life.
Mhm.
That life was only survival. But
Just
even
survival. Yes.
in the survival of that life, she she was the only one in her tribe that was able to see outside of
Mhm.
what it was. Even then, she was able to create, be
Mhm.
confident. And she learned in that very primitive way that she is capable
Mhm.
when she puts her mind to the biggest task that no other had attempted prior,
Mhm.
that she could make it happen with the right mindset and determination. She was so determined going up there
Mhm.
to get Bigfoot's baby. She was not coming back without it. And she didn't. And that was against nature. There was no way her small body could do what it did. But she was very methodical in the
Mhm.
way she approached it. She watched, she waited for the
Mhm.
weakness, she attacked, she
Mhm.
got what she needed, she went back to the tribe. And in that, she learned that she could.
Yes.
No life will ever be harder than that life. No obstacle will be greater than those obstacles. No connections will ever be less than. And we have brought her here today to see this life so that she can see the comparison of her current life and her current life, and that she can, and
Yes.
she does, and she will, and
Yes.
she
When you
she
say
brings
we,
strength from
I'm
that life
thinking,
into every life.
yes.
The strength that she had in that life is brought
Mm-hmm.
to every one of her lives, and
Mm-hmm.
that is that's very strong.
That's
Great
why
strength.
she's so good at what she sets out to do, right? That would.
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And she learned that in
Yes.
this primitive life, and that extrapolates to all her life.
Mm-hmm.
And she she didn't understand the concept of being alone.
Okay.
However, now that she's on the other side looking back,
Mm-hmm.
she realizes just how alone she was in that world. She was
Mm-hmm.
around, she took comfort on some level of having the tribe around her,
Mm-hmm.
even though there was no emotional connection to it.
Yes.
And we want her to see that that is what she's doing in this lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
She is keeping her tribe around her,
Yes.
even though they don't give her the emotional support, they don't give her
Mm.
anything more than sometimes just being there. And for her, this lifetime of being in a tribe but having no emotional connection
Mm-hmm.
was natural. And that is why she can tolerate,
Mm-hmm.
she
Very good.
has these people in this tribe that have zero, and I mean zero connection. There's no emotion. There's
Yes.
no emotion between them. There's no love. There's no connection. There's no
Mm-hmm.
reciprocity. It's literal survival. So she's feeling in this lifetime in survival mode with these people. She's
Mm-hmm.
afraid if she lets them go, she will die. This is
Mm-hmm.
fascinating.
So this is
She,
a pattern. Yes.
yes, this is
Yes.
this is why
Ah, I see.
she allows them. She allows them to stay, although they bring her nothing. They
Mm-hmm.
may bring an element, but not anything that she deserves or she
Mm-hmm.
yearns for or she wants so desperately in her life.
Yes. Yes.
She allows these relationships to stay because she's still attached to the survival,
Mm-hmm.
and these letting go of these relationships could somewhere in her deepest, darkest recesses of her soul. This is survival to her.
Mm-hmm.
It's all her
Yeah.
ideas, her creativity, her work that brings
Yeah.
all of this abundance to her. She doesn't know if
Mm-hmm.
she'll have a home to live in. She doesn't know if she'll have food to eat. She doesn't know if she doesn't know. She truly does not know. Lisa, current time Lisa does not know that she can do this on her own. She hasn't made that leap and that connection yet. She truly feels she's learned not to have expectations, so she's not disappointed. So she's learned if you have no expectations, there's no disappointment. She has very little connection to this life, to these people, but she can't let go of them. She can't cut these cords because she feels like these people are here for her survival. Lisa had figured out all of this spirituality. She's been reborn. She has opened up her understanding of life, and so she gets it now. She understands that she is the wave and she's the ocean, and the ocean is the wave, and I am one and we are one. She understands that she's godlike. She understands that she is a goddess, that she is God. She understands intellectually that, you know, that the universe is her and she is the universe. However, that's all in her head in practicality, but in paradigm and in her living of this life, she still holds on to this primitive life. This is fascinating. She is holding on to this primitive life that she has, and she is holding on to this in a death grip of survival. It's survival. There is
Okay. Right now, what I want to do so that we can continue with this, but I do want Lisa to go to the restroom because she will go deeper when she comes back. And we can clear this. And I want to go too. I feel that it's important for us to both go. So let's
So
take
how
a
does she
moment.
do this? How do we disconnect from
She
this?
can just go ahead and take off her mask and open her eyes. She'll be able to see clearly.
It's too
She may
bright.
feel a little sleepy, but be careful as you go.
Oh gosh, it's so bright.
It's very bright.
I can't open my eyes.
You'll be okay. But as you go and as you release, you will go deeper when you come back.
Still closed.
What's
She
that?
has
Oh,
her
open
eyes.
your eyes.
She
You
has a
need to open your
plethora
eyes.
of crystals.
Yes. Yes.
She
Tell her
can't
she needs
open
to
her
open her
eyes.
eyes.
She cannot. She refuses.
I need her to.
No,
Lisa, Lisa.
too bright.
Shade your eyes with your hand, sweetheart. Yes, you can do. And just be very
Holy crap! What the hell?
Your bathroom's so bad.
You too?
We will, yes, we will get this done. But oh my gosh, I'm dying. Yes. So
I freaking love you. Are you okay?
I love you too. Yes, I'm good. I have to pee. So yes.
Me too. And I was not going to open that freaking eyes.
You were not. You were just like. So, I'm like, okay, I have to make you go to the bathroom now. Damn it. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Let's
We'll
take a
be
recess.
right back.
Aloha.